Most people won't notice the biggest financial hit of early 2026 until it's already too late. Not today, not next week, but months from now, when your grocery bill feels off, your travel costs spike, and your money just doesn't stretch like it used to. And by then, you won't connect it back to what caused it. But there is a cause, and it already happened. Let me explain this in the simplest way possible. What started as a geopolitical conflict at the end of February didn't just stay in the news cycle. It triggered a chain reaction, 5 separate financial waves, each one hitting your life at a different time. And the dangerous part, by the time each wave reaches you, it won't look connected to the original event at all. Right now, most people are only seeing the first signal. Higher fuel prices. It's annoying, sure, but it still feels manageable. So people adjust slightly and move on. That's the mistake, because what you're seeing right now is just the first ripple, not the full impact. Fuel prices are the most visible effect. You see it every time you stop at a petrol pump. You feel it immediately. But here's what most people miss. Fuel isn't just about your car. It powers everything: transport, logistics, farming, supply chains. When fuel gets expensive, everything else quietly follows. At first, it's small, a few extra rupees here and there, nothing alarming, but it doesn't stay small. Within a few weeks, the second wave begins: food prices. Because everything you eat has to be transported, often under strict timing conditions. Within a few weeks, the second wave begins: food prices. Because everything you eat has to be transported, often under strict timing conditions. Just slowly, your grocery total creeps higher, and most people won't blame supply chains. They'll blame themselves. Am I spending more? Did I buy extra things? No. The system got more expensive. This is the wave almost nobody sees coming, and it's the one that hits later in the year. Modern agriculture depends heavily on energy, especially for producing fertilizers. When energy markets are disrupted, fertilizer becomes more expensive or harder to access. And here's the key: farmers make planting decisions months in advance. So when costs rise today, the real impact shows up later during harvest season. That's when food availability tightens and prices move again. But by then, the original cause feels like ancient history. Now comes the wave that hits your lifestyle: air travel. Fuel is one of the biggest costs for airlines. When it spikes, ticket prices follow. But unlike fuel at the pump, airline pricing is forward-looking. That means the increases don't always show immediately. They build into future pricing. So if you wait too long to book, you're not just paying more, you're paying for a cost increase that was set in motion weeks ago. This is the most expensive wave and the least visible, because it doesn't show up as a bill. It shows up as something that doesn't improve. Loan rates stay high, EMIs don't drop, credit card interest keeps compounding. Here's why: when inflation rises due to energy shocks, central banks face a problem. Lower rates too soon, inflation gets worse. Keep rates high, growth slows down. So they hesitate, and that hesitation quietly costs you money over time. Now imagine two people living the same life, same city, same prices, same news, but different decisions. One adjusts early, cuts unnecessary spending, plans ahead, stays consistent with investments, avoids high-interest debt. The other waits, assumes things will normalize quickly, delays decisions, keeps spending habits unchanged. Months later, their incomes are still the same, but their financial positions completely different. This isn't about predicting the future perfectly. It's about understanding how delayed effects work. Big economic shifts don't hit all at once. They arrive in phases, quietly, gradually. And the people who come out ahead aren't the ones who react fastest, they're the ones who prepare earliest. Right now, you don't need dramatic changes. You need small, smart adjustments. Strengthen your savings buffer, avoid carrying high-interest debt. Stay consistent with long-term investments. Plan major expenses early instead of delaying. Be mindful of rising everyday costs. Nothing flashy, just discipline. Most people will spend the next several months wondering, why does everything feel more expensive? Now you know. The real question isn't what's happening, it's whether you'll act on it. Or just notice it when it's already too late?